right, welcome back to the D&D show. I am your host Drew with my co-host Dre, and we are back with a pod that we're going to do a couple topics. We'll do a random topic, and then we're going to do our Premier League games. Things have been going pretty good. Last week we did the joint pod with my brother, so definitely check that out. He did the editing. He does video editing, and he does a lot of that type of work. So I would encourage people to check him out on YouTube and check our page out on YouTube where we post the podcast videos for all the episodes. Those are for the most part unedited, but I got my brother working on some of those. We try to give a little bit more flavor to them because it's just basically generic, stale us talking. So,
Uninterrupted is what LeBron called it, right?
Yep, exactly. So, so as we always do, man, let's just do our little intros first. How's it going? How's it going?
Blessed and highly favored, as always. Y'all probably tired of hearing me saying that, but got no complaints, man. No complaints. Going to work, paying bills, we eating, we all good. Everybody's healthy this week, which is good news. Last week we were all sick. Somehow I managed to not get sick, but the baby and Ashley were sick, so that was rough. I don't know. It's I think this is my first real experience 6 months in of her being sick to where she's just miserable, and it's hard, bro. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard to get anything done because she's just feeling terrible. But we got through it, man. We got through it, and I just pray that she don't ever get sick again. So yeah, we'll be good.
Good, man.
We'll be good.
Like I told you.
Yeah.
That's
She just never get sick again until she moves out, and we'll be good.
Yep. So same for me. Everything is good. I'm not gonna complain. I'm fortunate to be alive, let alone, and to still be able to box and do all the different things I can do. So I'm very, very grateful for that. But this past weekend was a big night, big weekend for us boxing fans. Me and Tony really, from the podcast standpoint, not really a you thing, but it was a big weekend for us boxing fans. Teofimo and Shakur Stevenson fought. These are two of the top lightweights and welterweights in the world. But we all saw, that there are levels to boxing, and I like to tell people this or explain to people to them like this. So in boxing, I would characterize the level of fighters. The A-level fighter, you got the B-level fighter, you got the C-level fighters, right? The A-level fighter is the type of fighter that he could basically beat anybody on his best night. And he has the skills to overcome anything that happens in the fight, and he has the ability to adjust and make adjustments during the fight. This is a fighter that has the speed, the power, and the intelligence to win any type of fight.
Okay, give me an example of an A-level fighter.
So an A-level fighter would be like Floyd Mayweather,
Figured.
Muhammad
Okay.
Ali.
Gotcha.
There's a lot of guys like that.
Okay.
A B-level fighter is the type of fighter that super talented. Probably it could be either a super talented, gifted athlete doesn't have great boxing skills, or somebody who has amazing boxing skills but they're not a great athlete. So good examples of this would be like Shane Mosley,
Okay.
Miguel Cotto. These are Hall of Fame great fighters, but they're not going to be ever the best in the world because they don't have all the skills put together. They have major flaws in their game that limit their ability to beat certain type of fighters.
Okay.
That's a B-level fighter. Those are the fighters that they, tag up with A-level fighters to make these fights, and then they over-promote them, so as if they're both A-level fighters, and then they make a lot of money. That's how
But it's
the A-level fighters never really fight the A-level fighters because they're always teamed up with a B-level fighter.
okay. Because it doesn't make sense for them as the top dog to actually go against another top dog because they might actually lose.
Yep.
Is that kind of how it works?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And the promoters
Okay.
don't want their fighters to fight A-level fighters and then lose the money that
Yeah.
come up with the next fight. So
I
that's
feel it.
why you see that happening all the time. And then a C-level fighter is basically He's a professional boxer. He can do certain stuff,
By trait.
but
By trade.
he can be beat at any point.
Okay.
This is the Ryan Garcias of the world,
Okay.
the Jake Pauls of the world. The there's a lot of fighters like this. I would say I think bad C level fighters. I mean, there's a couple others I could think of probably, but I would say, yeah, those are the type of fighters I would say. Um, they're good. They're professionals. They're not amateurs. They're professionals. They'll beat you up if you see them in real life. You know, you civilians.
They got hands.
But they're gonna struggle with B level fighters, and they have no chance against A level fighters. A level fighters
So,
stop.
all right. So, what was this fight last weekend? What was it?
So
A
this
versus
past
B or A
weekend,
versus C?
yeah. So we were presented this. Everybody was presented this fight as if it was A level versus A level. The problem with that is that Teofimo is not an A level fighter. Teofimo had already lost to Cambosis, who was a B level fighter.
Oh, okay. So
So, so
showing he was a
he
B
had
level
already
as well.
right. He just has been paired up with people that he can beat, and they
Hmm.
promoted him. His fans, his family, and all that has promoted him so that they haven't
Oh,
risked him
so
enough
he
to.
was a so he was like a B plus. At least that's what he was pulling. He
Yeah,
was going in like he was a B plus kind of thing,
yeah,
and
yeah.
he wasn't there. Okay.
Yeah, and everybody had, even though he has the belts and all that, and Shakur
Yeah.
was going up a weight to fight him, he was
Hmm.
still the underdog, even
Okay.
though he was the champion. That tells you what the betting audience knows, the betting public knows that who the A level fighter is and who the B level
Yeah.
fighter. So they
Okay.
wouldn't just make a guy who's already a champion and just give it to the contender if they didn't know the truth already. So
Yeah. I got you.
but the normal public, the casual boxing fan, is going to think Teofimo's got a chance, in this fight, and he really didn't. And just to break down the fight a little bit, just real quickly, I'm not going to go too inside boxing type with you, or with anybody, because I don't want to do that on this particular pod. But I will say that to be able to beat a level fighter, you need to be able to close the distance. And what I mean by that is that the distance is how far away do I have to be to land a punch, or how close do I need to be to land a punch, or how far away can they be to land my punch, to land a punch on me. So you need, as a great fighter, you know how to get in range and then get out of range without the other fighter knowing, without them even basically realizing that you're out of range. The best fighters can control that distance by using their jab, using their lead punch, and by moving and all different things you could do to lead a punch, to keep the distance. Teofimo could not get to Shakur in this fight. He continued. He tried, but no matter what, he was getting hit in the face with jabs and counters and hooks, and Shakur could have fought that entire fight with one hand and beat him.
And
He
you're
didn't have to
just
throw his left hand.
okay. So you're literally explaining for the most part like how Floyd wins most of his fights, right? Because people
Right,
can't touch him, right? That's
right.
essentially what it is. It's like you can't even hit him. So how are you gonna score
Boxing is hit
points
and get
with the
hit. Right.
judges? Like you can't hit
Pure,
me. I
pure
got you.
boxing. Yep, pure
Yeah.
boxing. This is
Yeah.
exactly the way Floyd fought. The only
Yeah.
difference between Shakur and Floyd is that Floyd was more of an aggressive, attacking fight.
Okay.
If he think he could beat you and stop you, he would do it. He wasn't
Okay.
gonna carry people or nothing like that until the end of his career. He did. He was more of an aggressive fighter. He took a lot more chances. Um, if Shakur knows that he has a fight won, he's not going to overexert himself to entertain you. He's here
He
to
just
win the fight.
he
He's
just gonna
not
hit
there.
you and get his points. I got you.
Yep. Yeah. And that's why people don't like Shakur. That's why I've been down on Shakur many times, because he's not here to entertain. He's here to win.
I feel it.
And I
I feel
respect
it.
that as someone who boxes and who loves the sport. I can understand why someone wouldn't want to take no risk if you don't have to. Why
Yeah.
would you? To
Yeah.
entertain other people? Yeah.
I'm
So,
gonna be honest, just switch sports here. It sounds like your Eagles, bro. Like the strategy that y'all have had the last 2 years is run the football, like don't turn the ball over and try to win
right.
games. Simple as
Yeah.
that. Simple as
Yeah,
that. So when you
yeah,
have receivers that are like, we're not getting the ball, we don't care, bro. We're
exactly.
trying to win games. Like, we
Yeah,
don't care. We do not care. Like, we're trying to win games. I'm not gonna say any names, but we know who I'm talking about.
that's exactly
Like,
it.
we're
That's
trying to win
exactly
games. So
yeah,
it's the same thing, bro. It's the
same
same
thing.
thing. Like, we're trying to get wins, and this is how we want to get wins. It ain't pretty. Like another sport, Sunderland. It's not
Hmm.
always pretty how they win the games, but they're trying to win games, bro. It
Yeah,
is what it is.
yeah. I wouldn't put Sutherland there. They play an aggressive attacking style. I would say the old United teams, and
Maybe
I wouldn't
maybe
put
I'll
them.
maybe I'll say Arsenal this year then
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
because
Arsenal. Yeah,
they're actually winning the league with the way they're playing and it's
yeah,
yeah
yeah.
whatever.
So, boxing, boxing is about. It is a sport. It is entertainment. You know what I'm saying? People are paying you to fight, so I understand why people don't like him and don't want to watch him. But pure boxing fans like me that care about the sport more,
Hmm.
really love the sport. The fights like that
They
really are
respect it, yeah.
very entertaining. And it was a great night. A lot of other fighters got some big wins.
Hmm.
Bruce Carrington had a huge win, and what's his name? I keep forgetting my boy's name, but he came back and he won his fight as well. Keyshawn Davis won his fight as well. So it was a great night. I posted about it on social media, so anybody that follows me knows and follow on. So
Definitely got to get
um,
Tony on to talk boxing next time around because I
yeah,
know
yeah,
he's
we
still
gotta
into
get yeah,
it.
you gotta get Tony on talking about. But our let's get into our little random topic
Okay.
for this week. We got some breaking news.
Hmm. We do.
Anthony Davis has been traded to the Wizards.
Hmm. The Wizards. He's pretty much just got thrown out there because I mean they got Trey Young, so the Wizards, as far as like picking up players this year, they got Trey Young and they got Anthony Davis. Um, is that enough to make any noise, or are they just gonna
I
continue to be
love
a
this
losing
trade.
team? You like it?
I I love this trade for the Washington Wizards.
Okay.
I don't understand what the Mavericks are doing. They essentially traded Luca away for a couple role players and draft pick. Is essentially
They
what they've
just
done.
started over, yeah.
This is malpractice at the highest level, and you can't blame the previous guy because he was fired.
Yeah.
So this is insanity from the
Drew said
Mavericks
it's
standpoint.
it's a
But from the Wizards,
malpractice.
yeah, it's malpractice, absolutely. So people should be getting, should serving time for stuff like this. This is crimes against like the match fans don't
Hey,
deserve
they gotta be disbarred and what I don't know. What do you call it when you use your medical license?
you lose. Yeah, I don't know.
You just lose your license, huh?
You just end up in Miami, doing fake boobs.
Oh
And
my
so,
god.
you know what I'm saying? That's why I just lose the license.
You don't need a
Yeah.
license for that. They'll just
Nip
yeah.
tuck. That's what you end up doing. You end up being a nip tuck doctor in
Oh my
Miami.
goodness.
You know? But let me just go through the trade. The Wizards receive AD, Jaden Hardy, D'Angelo Russell, and Dante Exum. Mavericks get Chris Middleton, AJ Johnson, Malachi Branham, Marvin Bagley III. Didn't even realize he was still in the league.
Oh,
2020
I was
round
gonna say
pick.
the same. I didn't want to interrupt you, but I was gonna say the same thing about Exum, bro. I was like, he said Exum? Like what? What is Exum still doing?
Salary filler.
Yeah,
That's salary filler. First round pick, 2030 first round pick, and 3 second round picks.
mm,
That's the trade. So those picks mean nothing because those teams, um, especially the second round picks, like that doesn't that, that doesn't mean anything. Like you don't know who you're gonna get in the second round of
yeah,
the NBA. Like this, it's ridiculous. There's basically just a waste team. I don't even know why they do second round picks. It's complete waste because there's maybe 20 good players in a typical draft. There
yeah.
might
So,
be
so
on a
okay,
good one.
so question. What, what do you think is the idea for the Mavs? Like, obviously, it just sounds like they're starting over. But do you think the AD trade is because like of his health, like not being able to stay healthy, or they just feel like it's time to start over completely, and they want to get rid of all their assets.
I mean, well, for me, it's malpractice. But if I'm trying to think like what they're thinking,
If it
I
makes any
don't think
sense.
that AD could work there because of what happened, what they did with Luca. AD's never going to get be loved in Dallas because of you traded Luka Doncic for him. So
Yeah,
it was never
yeah,
going to work out for AD there. He was going to eventually have to get traded. I'm not really mad that they moved him. I'm mad that they moved him for what they moved him for.
for nothing. Yeah,
Like what what is
a
what
bag of
why?
chips.
Like, like this does. You're not a contender now. So, and why would you take back Chris Middleton? Why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense. Why are you taking Marvin Bagley?
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
well, at least if you're a Mavericks fan or a fan of basketball in Texas and you don't watch the Spurs or the Rockets, like you can go watch the Wings because I've watched Paige Beckers and she's amazing. So at least you get to watch her in the Wings because yeah, she's great. I'll go as far as to say is like she's gonna have a bigger impact over time than Caitlin Clark is in the league because she's just got more to her game. I don't want to get too sidetracked, but
oh,
yeah, just
I,
watch the
you're
Wings,
right.
bro. Just
The
watch
last name threw me
just
off.
watch the Wings.
Paige Beckers.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. She's
That's what I
fine.
said. What did I
But I
say?
didn't. I thought you said I didn't hear that last name. Paige Beckers.
Oh,
I thought you said something else because I
oh
thought you.
no, no, Beckers,
Paige
man,
Beckers.
Paige.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Paige Beckers
yeah.
is
So
fine.
like, yeah,
I
if you're a
didn't.
Dallas fan, just follow the Wings, bro. Just go watch the Wings. Like tickets are probably less expensive, which actually maybe not because they got Paige, and I think they got the number one draft pick next year too. So look out for that. But anyway, yeah, let's. I don't want to get too sidetracked. Like we were talking about AD, like he's still when he's healthy, like he's still, I guess, considered power forward center.
Yeah. He's still one of the, he's
What'd you
still a
say? Still
top
top
10
five,
player.
like in those
Yeah.
positions. Like he's
Yeah.
still elite, bro. He's still
He's
elite
still
on both
he's,
ends of the
he's
floor.
a superstar. He's
So
still, you know, yeah.
yeah, I just don't know. I love Trey Young as a player, but I just don't know like kind of like what we talked about with Brunson and Cat. Like I don't know. At least it's not two players. I guess maybe there are other players could defend. I don't really know the Wizards roster like that,
Oh,
but it's
right.
like
You're talking
Trey
about from the Wizards
Young.
standpoint.
Yeah, I'm like Trey
I
Young is
love the
like
Wizards.
he
I
could
absolutely love
score.
it.
You like their squad? You like what
I
they got?
absolutely, yeah, I absolutely love this for them. I'm actually gonna start watching the Wizards basketball, because
Okay.
Trey
I
Young,
mean,
I already a big fan of Trey Young,
yeah,
and Trey Young and
Trey
Anthony
Young and
Davis.
AD I'm
I love,
excited about.
I
Trey
love
Young and
this.
AD I'm excited about for
This
sure.
is like
But
this is what like
I'm
basically
just like
what
what
Damian
else they
Lillard
got?
and Giannis should have been.
Ah,
Basically, this is
okay.
what this should have been. You have your
Mm,
small scoring, and then you have your small scoring guard, and then you have
hmm.
your overly large defensive big that can score. Like that type of that has won championships. You can
Yeah,
win
I
with
was
that.
gonna say
You
it's
know,
a
you
championship
just have to get the
formula.
right pieces
It's
around it.
proven.
Yeah, you just have
So
to get the right pieces.
yeah, it's just who becomes like that third guy and how well they play, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
No, I love this for the Wizards. Absolutely love it. They're a year away from being a year away.
Okay. A year away from being a year away.
But
All
they're
right.
close. They're much closer than they were. Um, so they just got to make a
Uh,
couple moves next year, and then next year they'll be the next year after that they'll be a contender for the East at least for sure.
yeah, yeah. Oh, just to throw this in here because, like I said, get sidetracked again. But uh, you remember what I said about the Pistons, like needing some shooting? It looks like we actually got some shooting. We got Kevin. I don't know how you say his last name. I think it's like Herter. Um,
Oh, you
and
got
I
Kevin
liked
Herter.
him. Yeah, I
Okay.
liked him a couple years back, especially on the Kings. I think it was like because he's got a nice like handle, so he could play point a little bit, but he could also shoot it. So I'm like, they heard what I was saying. It wasn't this player that I said, but they heard what I was saying. We got some shooting in there, and we did. And I'm not surprised about this. We did offload Ivy, so he's gone. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see if it was worth it. See if we can push for a championship the next couple of years and see if a trade was worth it. So yeah.
I I don't know that copy and pasting Duncan Robinson makes any sense, but I'm glad you got another shooter.
Uh, well, I think Robinson's probably
Those
a
are the same
better
player.
like, huh?
They're the
You
same
think they're the
player.
same?
They're the same player.
Nah, they're not.
They're the
Well,
same
they're
player.
not. They're not for me because Kevin Herter can actually like do something off the dribble. Duncan Robinson don't really do anything off the dribble. Like
But
he might have like a floater or something like that, but Herter can actually like play make. You know what I mean?
but you're not
And
looking. That's not
Robinson
what you
doesn't
need.
have that. Well,
That's not what you need. The
with with
problem is you need
with the
a
second
C and D
with the
guy.
second with the second unit, he can do that though.
You're saying that he can be part of the
He can
initiating
he can be
action.
like he can be like six man and play the point guard and help them run offense.
Yeah, he
I think
can. He adds an additional element. I agree, but I think that the problem, which we discussed on the last pod, was 3 and D. He's the same exact three point player that Duncan Robinson is. He's probably a less worse shooter, and he's just as bad as a defender as Duncan
I
Robinson.
think he adds more on offense because we're gonna get in
I agree.
positions, and we already have been in positions. We're gonna get in positions where Cade's gonna get double, you know. And I
Right.
think if you double Cade, Duncan Robinson needs to be open and is not the best playmaker. But I think Kevin Herter's got some playmaking to his game to where okay, we can run Cade at the two and Kevin can play the one, you know, and space the floor that way. So
And
that's the difference for me is the ball handling. Is maybe it's not a huge difference, but you don't want Duncan Robinson bringing the ball up the floor, but Kevin Herter can do it.
oh right,
You know what I mean? So
right,
if they're to the point where they're doubling Cade, he's our scorer, like, and we got to bring him off the ball. Like you can't do that with Robinson,
right,
but you can do it with Kevin Herter, and he can play the point guard if he needs to. I think
right.
I think he's gonna give us good minutes for the rest of the year and going into the playoffs. But we'll see. We'll see.
That's that's good. That's good.
But yeah, and I'll have to see him on defense because you might be right. Maybe he is just as bad as Duncan Robinson, but I don't know if it gets as bad as Duncan Robinson because
I mean,
he's
yeah.
he's a cone drill, bro. So I don't know if Kevin Herter's that bad, but we'll see.
I mean, he's been passed around the league. He hasn't even been around the league that long. This is
Who?
his fourth team in 4 years. In what 4 years?
Kayvon Herter?
Yeah. So I mean, we know what his problem is. There's a reason why he's been passed around the league. It's because he can't. He doesn't defend. Because it's definitely not his offense. He's a valuable player offensively. You don't get passed around the league. A 6'6". He's a good size 6'6" guard forward. You know,
Yeah,
light it up. You know.
yeah. I don't know. I feel like he's the type of player that's not. I don't think he's good enough to be like a star. So I think he's got to be with a good mix of players, which I think he was at the Kings, and I don't know if that was the case at the Bulls where he was coming from.
And I loved him in Atlanta. Beginning of his career, I
He
loved
was
him in
good in
Atlanta.
Atlanta too,
You know.
but when the Kings like made that run, like obviously they had Fox, but I think Kevin Herter was like huge off the bench for them,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
when he was
yeah,
starting to, like he was playing really
yeah,
well for them. So
yeah.
I'm excited. We'll see how it goes. Detroit
Still got another
basketball.
day.
Detroit
Still got
basketball.
another, still got another day. It's over. Not over.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the move for y'all, but I think there's another move for you guys. I don't think that's
You
it.
think something else is gonna come through?
Yeah, I can't imagine that that's it. That doesn't. To me, that doesn't move the needle for y'all at all. Um, especially when you lose what you lost too. It's not like you know.
I don't. I think our team is really really strong, and I don't think Ivy was really adding much. I think Kevin Herter
Really?
will add more than Ivy will. Yeah, 100%,
Oh,
100%. I think he'll add more value to our team because mainly because he can just shoot better than Ivy. Ivy's not a consistent shooter, and we need the floor spacing. And Kevin Herter adds a
okay.
ball handler and floor spacing, and to me, I'm like that's needed. I don't think Ivy was elite defensively. I think Ron Holland was outplaying Ivy in every aspect. And I think once the Pistons realized that, there was like no reason to play Ivy.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. So let's get into our Premier League past weekend. I'll go quickly here. I ain't got a whole lot to say
Yeah.
here. Um, City played Tottenham. It was Foden was on the bench, so I was already in the mood. And then I saw that um, Semenyo started. Nico O'Reilly started in the middle of the field. Apparently, he's a midfielder, and we've been playing him out of position. Let's not do that again. Silva was out there, and Cherky was out there in the middle of the field, and but our back line is kind of in flux right now. So we can't defend, and we're playing around with the offense. So this is one of those games where Pep is experimenting again, and he's like trying to upset all the fans. So I approached this game in that fashion. And then I saw the lineup and like, Pep is doing the thing, like don't overreact. We do go up early. We score 2 goals early. Turkey scores a goal, really nice goal. Kind of cuts it across the goalie's face. Terrible defense by the defender. The defender, like if the defender was any good, that option that that Turkey took, shot the ball like that direction would have been cut off. He wouldn't even have had the option. But because the defender was so bad, and Turkey basically had both ways, he could have went either way of the goalie, either side of the goalie. That's why that goal happened.
It did look very easy, bro. It looked like he
There's
was
no
in
way that he
training.
should have been able to shoot that ball left. There's
Yeah.
no way. That ball should have had to go to the corner. But it's just terrible defensive play by the left back there. Then a couple minutes later, I'm pretty sure it's who is it? Semenyo. Semenyo scores. This is where remember I was talking about the traps. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. How
Yep.
when you pressing someone, there has to be like a goal in mind, or if you're going to concede the press, right, and you're just going to keep backing up, and you're not going to try to get the ball back, eventually you're going to have to stop and do it, like try to go after it. What happened on this is we press. So the only way to get past us is to do
Go
long
over,
ball
yeah.
over the top, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were trying to play out the back when we were high pressing them,
Mm-hmm.
which ended up leading to the ball getting turned over right on their side of the field, and then basically I think it's Turkey finds Silva, and then Silva finds Semenyo, and then Semenyo has a nice little goal, not a very difficult goal, but a good goal, good strike.
Yeah.
And we're up 2-0, and we're cruising. But this was an experimenting game for Pep.
Mm-hmm.
Another one of those. He's playing around with the lineup again. So we end up conceding 2 horrific goals in the second half of this game. And the first one happens because the ball is not cleared by our new backline guys. I don't remember his name.
Mark Gahey. Yeah.
The ball is not cleared. He's like playing around with the striker and doesn't clear the ball, and it ends up being, I don't even know if it was even kicked by who was it?
Solanke.
Solanke, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know
it
if
was
Solanke even hit that ball, but
It was probably a foul, honestly. But yeah.
no, I'm not.
Yeah, you ain't gonna buy that. Like,
I ain't saying that.
Yeah.
That ball should have been easy. It should have been easily cleared. There's no excuse.
Yeah.
He was playing the man instead of the ball. Like in that scenario, his foot hit the ground. Like when his foot hit the ground, and then the ball was hit by someone into the goal. That means your foot could have hit the ball. If your
Yeah.
foot could have hit the ground, that means your foot could have hit the ball. So that means you were trying to play the man and not clear the ball in a situation where the ball is literally in front of our goal.
yeah, it's too
Unbelievably
close.
bad behavior.
It's too close to the goal for him to be
Right. You
playing
shouldn't
the
be
man
trying to
and not the ball.
play out the back in that scenario when we're that close to the goal, especially when you're running from out of position. So, just a horrible job by him. But this is the new back line, and we're doing this. I guess we're going to do this experimenting thing, and we can do this and still be in top 4 in the league, and that's why Pep does it, because we can still get away with it. He can do all this experimenting because somehow we're still second. We're still close, even though we
Yeah.
really shouldn't be in the race. We really
Still
shouldn't.
hanging
We're really
around.
close. We end up conceding another goal. I don't even remember. I'm trying to think.
This was like this was a
blooper?
this was a Puskas goal, bro.
Yeah,
It
I don't
and
even remember.
you might think it was luck, but I remember this one because I think it might be like goal of the season, low key. essentially like Gallagher.
Oh yes, I do remember
Yeah,
this. It was
Gallagher's
like a
like
peep like
running.
backwards. It was insane. I
Yeah,
do remember this.
Gallagher's
This is the
running down the
cross was insane.
line. Actually mishits the cross, so it's like behind Solanke, but Solanke just like, takes his back foot, lifts it up, and flicks it over the goalkeeper, and yeah,
So like he
that's two
overran that
two.
ball. That ball wasn't behind him. He overran the ball.
You
That's
said
all.
he overran it, so it was
He
a good
overran.
ball.
That
They
ball
just
was
overran it.
perfect. That was a perfect cross.
Hey, to well,
He overran the ball.
and then
Basically
did
put that
something
to a bicycle
beautiful.
kick.
It was beautiful though, bro. Anytime somebody scores a goal, something crazy like that, I'm like, yep,
It was like for
round of
style
applause, bro.
points. Like
Round
why
of
did he do
applause.
that?
Round
Like
of
why?
applause. Round of
It was
applause.
insane.
Honestly though, like, yeah, I mean, he didn't need to overrun the ball if that's what he did, but the finish, bro.
It
Oh
was
my
insane.
god.
For style points, it
Oh
was
my
insane. I
god.
remember. Yes, I remember it
Oh
now.
my god,
Insane.
bro.
Insane. It was like a bicycle kick essentially, a diving
Yeah.
bicycle kick
Yeah.
from a cross.
I think
It
they
didn't make any
call it. I
sense.
think they call it that one a scorpion kick. I think that's what they call it.
Is that
But
what
yeah,
they
it's
call it? I don't know.
nuts.
I
It's
don't know.
nuts. If you
I don't
haven't
know.
seen it, go watch it. I don't know if it's as good as like Giroud's like a bunch of
Oh
years
yeah.
back, but I think
No,
I
it
think
is.
it'll be goal of the season probably. I don't know how
No, it
you beat
is.
that
It is.
because
It is.
it's a finish, bro. It's a finish.
This
Hate to
is, and
see it
it's
against your.
definitely luck. It's definitely luck. You do that
It,
50 times, you're not hitting the. You're not even hitting
It's not luck, bro.
anywhere near.
It's not luck. It's skill. All right. So
That's always
okay.
done in the
So
crowd.
so
Every
this is
50,
this is
45
why.
out of 50 times.
So I won't. I don't think you can call it luck because he definitely intended to do it. You know what I mean? Like obviously you can mishit
No,
it.
for sure.
You can
But
mishit it, but it was intentional. So it don't
yes,
even matter if
but
it's
I
lucky or
shoot the
not.
ball full court. It's not technically. I was trying to shoot to make the shot. Like
Well, yeah,
it doesn't.
exactly.
It's still
So
luck if I make it.
I
It's
guess.
still luck.
Bro. I
I'm
guess
just saying the
he's
percentage,
fortunate.
the chances like a goal,
Yeah,
like a hole
yeah.
in one.
The chances
The
of that
chances of
to
a
go
hole in
in,
one
yeah,
are
it's
slim.
low.
If you get one, it's luck. It's not. It's the chances of that happening is so slim that it is
That's
luck.
fine. That's fine.
It's
It
not,
is
it
luck,
wasn't
but
intentional. It wasn't an
yes,
accident.
that's
He did it
that's
on
the
purpose.
thing. Yeah,
I don't
that's
understand
the
why.
biggest thing.
But
That's
yeah,
the biggest thing is that you just have to know it was intentional. Like he actually tried to do that,
yeah.
and it worked. That's the biggest thing.
It's like
Cause
Kobe with the fadeaways and the fadeaway threes and all that nonsense he was
yeah,
doing. He
yeah,
just does it because he can do it.
bad
That's all.
shots, low
Yeah,
percentage, but holy when you pull it off, my goodness. So
yeah.
yeah,
He can. It was a hell of yeah. I do remember
contender
that.
contender for goal of the season for sure. I
Yeah.
think he's got it. We'll see. We'll see what else happens this year.
So
Um,
we lose a point because of terrible defense and Pep experimenting. He's going to play around this year, I guess. I guess we're doing this year. Okay, so be it. All right. City fans honestly can't be complaining after a four-peat. We get over it. We need to get over ourselves. I know I'm
yeah,
talking to myself.
grow
So,
up, get over it. Yeah.
yep.
um, okay, so Chelsea on the weekend. I'm not going to talk about this game we just lost to Arsenal. I want to talk about the Premier League because we actually won. So Chelsea against West Ham. We actually go down early in the 7th minute. Bowen scores a goal. I love Jared Bowen. This I have to say was just unfortunate on our part. I can't say it was bad defending. Like you're gonna give up crosses every once in a while, but Bowen's really clever here because he plays in a cross, but he plays it uh, to the point where it's like going towards the goal and gonna go in if no one touches it, which is smart. Everyone should play a cross like that because it gives his attacking player a chance to attack it, but also it puts the goalie in a terrible position because the goalie in this situation was like, okay, there's a ball coming into the box, someone's gonna attack it, and when they go attack it and head it, it's gonna go a different direction. You know what I mean? It's not gonna stay the same direction. So the goalie's just in two minds here, and he's like, okay, someone's gonna hit this, someone's gonna head it. I gotta be ready to react, and no one ever heads it, and it just goes in. So it
Yes.
looks so it looks
KDB had a goal like
terrible.
this, if you remember. KDB had a goal like this on a corner.
Yeah, yeah, it happens, bro. I think I do remember that, even though it was years
Yep,
ago.
it
Like
was
I
insane.
just I'm a
It
follower
was
of the
insane.
game, bro. But yeah, so that's how Bowen scored, and I'm like, okay, you could be upset saying, oh, they should have defended better. I love the announcers because they're like, yeah, poor defending by Chelsea. I'm like, bro, he played across. Our goalie was in two minds. Like it's unfortunate, but it's like it wasn't terrible defending. He got a cross in. Like it is not the end of the world. So that's how they got their first goal. They actually get another goal. So we go 2-0 down in this game, actually. And this one's by Somerville, who's real hot right now. He's having a really good season for West Ham, even though West Ham aren't having a good season themselves. Like, they're barely. I think they actually might
Where are they
be.
at?
I think, yeah, yeah. I think they
Oh,
might
they're
actually
already.
still be in the relegation zone right now, and they're fighting their way out. Yeah, they're 18th right now. So they're actually 6 points away from safety. So yeah, season into right now, West Ham would be in the championship, which is crazy to say. I don't think they've been in the championship since I've started watching, and that was 2014. So yeah, been a long time. Um, but yeah, they're on the verge. Like they actually have a lot of work to do to get out of the championship. And it
And
looks
Jared
like they
Bowen doesn't
started to do
deserve
that
this.
work. Say what?
Jared Bowen does not deserve this.
Oh no, he doesn't. He doesn't. And I'll have to check his age to see if like people would still go after him. Considering if they do drop to the championship, it's always a bargain
They
for
need to let
someone to
him
pick
go.
up the team. So, but yeah, so Somerville scores, and I think this was kind of like a set play, because it looked very like organized, and everyone looked like they knew what they were doing. So I think they might have got like a corner, played it short. Somerville comes like almost all the way from like the back post and runs like to the edge of the box and gets like a volley. You'll have to go back and watch it, and I'll have to go back and watch it too to see
Definitely.
where he actually came from. But he comes to like basically take the shot off of a ball that's played to him, and it's a perfect shot. Like the strike was great, but when you like watch the play, you're just like, dang, they look like they actually worked on this in the training ground, and if they did, fair play to them. Like we got caught sleeping and didn't pick them up, so that's how they scored their second goal. If you've been watching
What's the
Chelsea,
game at right now? What time? What's the time at? Are we talking
oh
about?
yeah, that was a 36 minute, I think, so right before halftime.
Okay.
So if you've been watching Chelsea the last couple weeks with new coach Liam Rose Senior, you'll notice that the strongest player for him so far has been Joao Pedro. Um, and in this game, Joao Pedro did not start. So I'm just gonna paint that picture for you. I think Delap started, and Delap just hasn't been amazing since Liam's been in. He hasn't really been amazing, period, for Chelsea, if I'm being honest. But
Yeah, he's
gotta
been
give him
good.
time. Like he's the number nine. Like you gotta give him time. But yeah, it just hasn't been that impressive, unfortunately. But Garnacho actually really let us down defensively in the first half, so he gets subbed off immediately for, you know it, Joao Pedro. So it takes Joao Pedro. Uh, what is this? It takes him
I want to say that
11 minutes after coming on to score a goal for us, which is beautiful. Um, I think I think this one might have been a headed goal. He scored like 4 goals in like the past 4 or 5 games for us, so I can't remember exactly like how he scored this game. But either way, he kind of got us back into the game. And as you know, like once you get 1 goal, they always say in soccer the most dangerous lead is a 2 goal lead for some reason. And it's mainly because after that first goal gets scored, everyone gets nervous and they're just like, oh shoot, like they're gonna come back, like it's gonna happen. Um, so yeah, so
one
we
zero,
score that goal, and then
1-0,
yeah, say what?
1-0 lead, 2-0 lead, comfortable.
Two zero they say is the most dangerous because you feel comfortable just because of what you just said. 1-0 you're just like okay we're pressuring and we have to work really hard
No,
to
not
keep
at
this lead.
all.
But
No,
that's
no,
just the saying
that's
like
not what we say with City. With
you'll
City, we
hear
say we gotta get that second goal, then we can chill.
well yeah
Hey,
that's
one
usually
goal
how you
lead,
say
like you give up a point if you give a last minute goal, like you lose two
yeah
points.
yeah
So 1-0 to me is not comfortable.
factually
2-0.
1-0 is probably the most dangerous, but they say in soccer that 2-0 is the most dangerous, and it's because the players start to feel comfortable. And I think
And
that's
they
what
give
happened to
up
West
that,
Ham. Yes, I think
and
that's
they
what
give
happened
up
to
that.
West Ham in this game. Like once we got that first goal, they were like, shoot, like we thought we put them away. We thought we were good. No, y'all, we're not good. So Joao Pedro scores that goal, and then Cucurella comes in and gets a clutch goal for us, and it's just straight up effort on his part. Like there's a ball that almost like bounces into the box, and he just goes and like scores a diving header. He just gets to the ball before anybody else does. And I'm like, it's just effort, bro. And that's what Kukurea does for us. He just puts in effort. Not the most athletic guy, not the fastest guy, but
Like Silva.
always effort. Always effort.
Silva. He's like just like Silva.
So yeah, so now obviously West Ham has to go for this because even a point would be good for them, but like like I said, they're 6 points behind, like and they're in relegation. They have to fight for everything. So they're already devastated to go down those 2 goals. Uh, there actually ends up being a little bit of a scuffle, which is hilarious because like Adama Traore, I don't know if you know Adama Traore, do you?
No.
Okay, so Adama Traore is a winger who used to play for Wolves. He's been bounced around to a couple teams, but he just came, I think, to West Ham now. This dude is, he looks like he might be the strongest soccer player in the world. He at least looks like it. Like, dude's just huge. So he's going up against Cucurella and like pushes Cucurella to the ground, right? And Joao Pedro's like, nah, bro, you ain't finna just push my guy. So I think he went and like pushed him in the back. And then
Oh,
you immediately,
I didn't know that was his name. I thought his name was something else. I know exactly what you're talking about.
oh,
I
Adama
know.
Traore, yeah.
I didn't
And then
know.
immediately, so
He's
then
like
immediately he, yeah,
strong.
exactly.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
He looks
He ran.
exactly
He
like that.
literally
So
ran
then
away.
immediately after Joao Pedro pushes him, Adama
Yeah, I saw
Traore
this.
turns around and Joao Pedro's like, yeah, bro, my bad. I forgot who I pushed. He just starts backing up. So that's
Yeah,
hilarious.
he runs
That's
at it like
hilarious.
this. So his
Dude's
arms,
huge. Dude is
like
huge.
literally, his arms just
Um,
don't have no flexibility. Yes.
but yeah, so we just keep playing it out, and we get into stoppage time, and Joao Pedro, wouldn't you know it, gets on another break. And in this instance, he doesn't have the angle to shoot, so he just cuts it back. This is in stoppage time in the 92nd minute. Um,
Is this game
Cuts
is
it
tied?
back, and
The game, did they tie it up? Did I miss that? They
we
tied it
tied it
up.
up. Yeah, we tied
Oh,
it up.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we were
We
down
tied it up.
two. We
Down
came
two.
back. Joao Pedro scores. Cucurella scores.
All
And
right,
in
all right.
stoppage time, Joao Pedro gets like on a little break, cuts it back to Enzo Fernandez. He scores, no doubt in our mind at this point that we're winning the game. Throws off his jersey as usual, gets his yellow card, and we get out of there with a 3-2 win. So yeah, just like that, comeback win. As a Chelsea fan, you're like, why isn't Joao Pedro just starting all the time? Because he completely turned the game around when he came onto the pitch, and he's actually in. I have to say this because Cole Palmer's been hurt the whole season, and he's still like dealing with nagging injuries. He's basically been as good as Cole Palmer has been for us this season. Oh, how do I want to say this? He's basically been our Cole Palmer this season. He's been carrying us for the past like 5 to 10 games. No one else has really done anything consistently except for Joao Pedro. Um, so, and we've needed him because Cole Palmer hasn't quite been fit. Like he hasn't been able to play 2 or 3 games consistently, so he can't really get into form. So Joao Pedro's just been straight carrying us. That's I don't know how else to say it. He's been playing great. So yeah, 3-2 victory over West Ham. Not the most impressive. We're fighting, it seems like, Man United to get that top 4 spot. So we just got to keep winning.
Yep. And to your point about the 2-0, I do remember this now. They do say this a lot. 2-0 is because of the relaxed. You saw it play out with both of our games.
Yeah,
Literally, we had a 2-0 lead,
yeah.
got comfortable,
This
gave up a
weekend,
goal,
yeah,
gave another goal,
this
lost
weekend was
it.
a good example of why
Everything,
they
yeah,
always say it because you
yeah,
get those
it's a
2 goals and
perfect
you're just
example.
like, I mean, if you get a 2 goal lead late, you're feeling good, but if you get it early,
Yes,
you
that's
take
what
your
it
foot
is.
off the gas and you just stop being disciplined because you're like, it's the worst that can happen. They get 1 goal, but momentum in soccer is like a real
Yeah,
thing, bro.
it's a yeah.
It's a
In
real
any
thing.
sport, it's a real thing.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
yeah.
a real thing.
And we don't have that excuse because we've been doing this all year. This
Hmm.
horrible defense, revolving door back line crap that Pep's been doing with the lineup. This is why we're conceding goals because Donnarumma has been amazing. It's been the back four the entire season. Besides when Rodri was also out. But now that Rodri's back, I can't throw Nico under the bus. I can't blame Gonzalez for anything anymore. He's not even playing anymore. So I have to find
Gotta find someone to
the
put
other
the blame
people on the
on.
back line because I don't really know them. They're new, right? You know, so that's where my energy is going to the back line. And this nonsense with Nico playing midfield and Cherky again on the wing, even though he scored, he didn't score because he was on the wing. He scored because
Because
he's a
it's a
great
bad
talent. You
defender.
need to
Yeah.
put him in an actual position that he should be in, which is in the middle of the field. He has no business being on the wing. Don't know what Pep is doing.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
I think this is the year where people are actually going to be able to question him because even if somehow y'all do pull off the league, like there's definitely been a lot of up and downs at City, I think. And some of it I think is due to injuries, but some of it it's like Pep just hasn't quite figured out how to use all his new players that they signed. So
Yeah,
that's on him.
Rodri exposed us. Is essentially what happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's been keeping us together for a long time, and people have not realized it, even though he won the Ballon d'Or.
Ballon d'Or, yeah.
All right. Well, final thoughts on the Premier League going forward. I guess we can do that real quick.
Yeah, I mean, I'm an Arsenal hater, obviously, because I'm a Chelsea fan. But they're 6 points ahead of everyone, and it's annoying that they score on corners, and some of these corner tactics that they use are should be illegal. There's definitely going to be some officiating that's changed, but I
No.
think
Why
I
do you
have
think
to,
that?
huh?
Why do
Maybe
you
not
think
this
that?
year, but I do think they'll change it. I think they'll look into it and just be
Now that
like, all right,
everybody's doing it,
we,
I
yeah,
don't have no
like,
issue with Arsenal because everybody's doing this pick now.
yeah,
Because everybody's
yeah.
doing it now. I don't care. I'm good with it now.
It's the tush push now since everyone's doing
Everybody's
it.
doing
Like we're
it.
good.
I'm
Yeah.
good.
So yeah, and that's what the haters on the outside are going to say. But I would say like from a perspective of just uh like they're still at the top. Like somebody got to beat them. Like their defense is just elite. It's annoying to watch, but you have to give them credit. Like they have two of the best defenders in the world, and then just Declan Rice sitting in front of that, like it's hard to score on these dudes. Like yeah, they play like three center backs most times. Like most of the time, their left back is really a center back by trait because they're just that like concerned about their defense. And it's not always the most fun to watch, but
Well, that's like an
just
inverted.
like we talked about earlier, they're playing to win the game. You know what I mean? So it's not pretty most games, but they're playing to win, and they played better football years previously, but this is the first time they're in the position to win the Premier League. So you can't really get mad at them for that. Um,
Yeah.
I hate to see it. It's not pretty football that they're playing most games, but they're winning, bro. They're winning by
Mhm.
6 points in the league, and I mean, someone's got to knock them off their high horse, and it's hard because they are so tough defensively, bro. They're so tough. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's all I got for the Premier League. That and West Ham somehow might actually be going down, which is crazy.
Crazy, crazy year. I'm not going to get into any more into Pep. It is what it is. I'm very, very grateful for Pep. He's the greatest coach ever, obviously, and he's brought so many. I can't even remember or know that. I don't even know the number of Premier League championships we've won because there's been so many. So I think it's 6 out of 8. This is ridiculous. So
Yeah, I think
I am not.
it's
I understand that
stupid.
we're privileged and this is nonsense to be complaining about it. I'm just telling you what's happening this year. This is all of Pep's fault. All of what's happening this year is Pep's fault. It's not on purpose.
Well, you know what? I
And
think
we
it's
gotta get your
on.
brother on to talk about this too.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's gonna be an interesting couple years. I guess I'll end on this. Like, if I mean, Arsenal still looks very likely to win the league. I don't think that's going to be the deciding factor if Pep leaves or not. But I do think when Pep finally does decide to leave, holy, the shoes that the next person's got to fill is going to be crazy, bro.
Yeah,
Crazy. Because no one in, I think it's similar to the Man United thing, and the reason they've gone through so many coaches, because Sir Alex Ferguson was winning league after league, kind of, I guess, similar to how Pep is right now. And it just like they've been through so many coaches because they're just like we just want to get back to like
right.
winning ways. You know what I mean? We got to find the right guy, and I think y'all might be in for the same thing once Pep leaves, bro. And that
Yeah,
new coach is got to figure it out. And y'all are, I mean, we'll see how much patience y'all have, but
yeah,
when you get so used to winning, like if you get a coach in that's just not winning, like y'all might just be like, yeah, bro, he ain't Pep, like get him out. So we'll see.
yeah,
I'm looking forward to seeing how that plays out for y'all.
yeah, for sure. I think that the talent, as long as the talent is still insane and the way it is, and our farm system and everything is good, we're 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 gonna be okay. I'm not. It was Pep really for me. To me, is the how do we get the Champions League? How do we get those side tournaments where we're not playing against people we know and scout and analyze all the
Hmm.
time in our league? How do we beat those teams that we don't ever see? You know,
Yeah.
like how do we beat those teams? That's what we need Pep for. Premier League, we shouldn't need Pep to win the Premier League with all the talent. Yeah, we shouldn't. We shouldn't need him. But um, we'll see. We will see. I don't think he's going to leave anytime soon. But it's not like it's going to be like the Patriots where Bill Belichick leaves and then we are basically a lottery draft team for the next couple years until finally this year they're back and good again and in the Super Bowl. Actually,
We'll
but
see. We'll see, man. It's got to be it's going to be a big time, like it's going to be an important hire, Like
right.
I think it's
But I would
separating.
argue that soccer is more about the players. That sport is so much more about the players than uh, than coaching. Coaching don't have a whole lot of impact on the game like they do with football. With football, you can draw stuff up to make bums look
Hmm.
good. You can't do that in soccer. Ain't no way to draw up goals. You ain't drawing up goals unless you cheating. Unless you cheating like Arsenal be cheating. I ain't gonna get into too much in there. But you ain't drawing up goals. You can't draw up touchdowns. You can't like you can draw
Yeah.
up touchdowns. You can't draw up goals.
Yeah,
It's
you can
a lot
draw
of
up
it.
stuff from like set pieces and even open play that could get your
Yeah.
guys chances because you could like especially on set pieces like you could draw up an opportunity but you can't score the goal. Like you could just create the chance based off what you did in training, but yeah,
Essentially,
they
it
got to
would be
score the goal
like
for you.
it would be like how you know how Shanahan be getting these dudes wide open, right? This is
Yeah, yeah,
49ers.
yeah. Hmm.
It would be like as if Pep was diagnosing plays that got Holland one on ones. Like that's not a thing that happens. Like that if you get a one on one, it's because they screwed up. It ain't go because you drew something up. There's no way to do
Yeah.
that
Yeah. I mean
because of
there's
offsides and all the different things. It's really offside that really changes that because you're
oh,
confined to a space. You can't. There's certain things that you can't do in soccer. It's intentionally made to that you have to time things up. Essentially, you can't just you know draw
yeah.
things up to
Yeah, but
win
you
that.
yeah, there's it's not like a pin down and stuff like that. It's more just like runs, but a lot of times the runs are just the players making intelligent runs. Because if you make this run like to the inside, they think the left back's going to track you, so then someone else can run to the outside and they'll be open
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing. You
yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean? So
yeah.
like it's really you're right in that aspect because it's really the player that's like, hey, this left back we can make them have to make a decision because we're going to run two players at them. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
they can only really track one of them. So
right.
one of us is going to be open, and
Yeah, set
and
pieces,
that's mostly going
managers.
to be set pieces.
Yeah, managers
They
have
could
impact on us. They
yeah.
have
It's
huge impact on
just
us
like an
for sure.
inbound play because
Yeah,
they
like
could tell you
ATOs
exactly
in
where to
basketball.
go and
Yep, just like an
everything.
ATO in
So
basketball. Yep,
yeah,
yep, yep. So I'm not worried too because the talent is so hot. We have so much talent, and our system of players that we just push out from our. I'm saying farm system, but that's baseball. I keep forgetting what the younger system is.
academy. I think is what they
Academy.
call it.
Our
Yeah.
academy is so. Yeah, that's what it was. It's academy. Academy is so good that I don't think that we just pump out young great players. So I don't
Yeah.
think that unless that ends up falling apart and Pep is a part of that, and maybe he's part of the reason why that's so good. Hopefully that's not the case. But I'm not worried about post Pep time. We have too much talent to be bad. We may not win Premier Leagues every year, and like you've been doing, but you shouldn't be. It's supposed to be a competitive league, and because of the salary cap, this entire thing is going to change, and we'll get into that in
Yeah.
a couple weeks.
All
All
right,
right,
man.
folks, we're done. Um, we'll be back next week. Talk probably should be hopefully depending on life, but
Yeah, probably
we'll be
talk about
back
the
next.
super. Probably talk about the Super Bowl a little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna
Probably
talk about
right.
the Super Bowl.
Of
Yep, we're gonna
course.
talk about
Yeah.
some football. We might talk some hoops, and then we might do a little random topic. I'm thinking TV shows, movies, something like that. Something I love all that stuff. So,
Sounds good. Sounds
all
good,
right,
bro.
man. All right,
All
bro.
right. One.
All right, we out.